Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the Family Peer Engagement Specialist with New York State Office of Mental Health, and I'm here with...
I'm Ari Wilson. I'm the Youth Peer Engagement Specialist, and we work to amplify youth and family voice within the state. And we recognize that there's a concern for going back to school, and we really wanted to make sure that we were bringing that question, those concerns, throughout New York State. So together we kind of created a little survey that we sent throughout the state, and we looked for specific information so that we can really hear the experiences and the feedback from youth and family.
Yep, we focused on what your concerns were with transitioning from, pre-pandemic to pandemic to post-pandemic. And we really focused on three concepts. What are your concerns? What have you done about it? What strategies have you used within your home? And what can we do to support you?
Yeah, we're really looking to make sure that all students have a successful year back from about a year and a half of pandemic schooling. So we just want to really amplify and validate some of the concerns you have.
Because our concerns are real as parents, as individuals, as educators, as students. Those concerns are real. What is the school year going to look like? What are we going to have to do within our classroom? Is our curriculum going to be different? Are we going to have to wear masks every day? Are we going to have to be, vaccinated? How are my children going to be safe? How are all children going to be safe? Those are real, valid concerns that came through from this survey. Our families and caregivers and our youth, they have spoken, and they're working through that. So, Ari, what are some things that the youth have reflected on as a main concern?
We had hundreds of responses, and this was a survey that was passed through all caregivers, students from elementary school into college. And a lot of those students reported their biggest concern is what they're coming back to school and experiencing. Will they have the same amount of periods per day as they had before? Will they have the same amount of coursework? How will everyday interactions be with their friends and their teachers that they've grown fond with over the few years that they've been in school? And there was and also a lot of feedback about what risk they would be experiencing going back to school, whether they'd have any mental or physical health concerns to be aware of to go back to school. For parents, was it kind of similar?
It was exactly the same. Parents and caregivers have those exact same concerns. And with those same concerns, they are having those conversations with their young people. They want to know what are your concerns, and how can I support you? And what they're doing, strategies that they're using within their home, are very similar to strategies I use in my own home with my own two daughters. Positive communication. Keeping that line of communication open, asking those questions, hearing them, and coming up with some solutions, some strategies, which could be talking to your school district, talking to peers, encouraging that conversation, advocating for themselves.
Yeah, what you're saying, I think, is exactly what the young people experience also. So a lot of them said that they spoke to their parents about what their concerns were. If not their parents, they spoke to their friends, their peers, other students. And I think that's exactly what you're saying, that open communication, that's very important for them feeling like their voices are being heard. So that, I think, has resulted in a lot of students understanding what they need for the future is a specific plan, and understanding that there's going to be some failure when they return as they get reacclimated into being in person after a year and a half of virtual schooling. So they've named that for themselves, and I would say kind of the exact same thing, utilizing your resources for reaching out to school administrative staff, your guidance counselors, advisors, social workers within your school. Those are great resources to finding success as you return back. You can ask them questions about what your experience will be like, and kind of put your hand in the pot for making sure that you have what you want when this new school year comes.
And I would encourage the same thing for those parents and those caregivers. Advocate the same way. You're your child's advocate. Reach out to your school districts, ask those questions, reach out to your communities. If you have children going back to college, certainly reach out to those providers that are at your college. Every college has a social worker, every college has an academic advisor. Ask those questions, be informed, inform yourself. Being informed will alleviate that stress and that anxiety of that unknown. The more informed you can be, the better successful you'll be. In the end, talk to your student, talk to them, stay positive. You know, in a sense, they may have lost their voice a little bit through this process. And, you know, we can, through support and through, you know, believing in them and staying positive, we can empower that voice for them so that they are successful in this transition. I think our students are strong. I think our communities are strong. And, you know, we're here to support as well. We have a lot of resources at New York State Office of Mental Health. If you feel that you need additional support, if you just think your child is just, you know, maybe not ready, maybe, you know, too anxious, certainly click on the link at the bottom of the video and utilize some of those resources. Reach out to your school district, reach out to your pediatrician if you have further concerns. But we're here together, we're doing this together, we're doing this as parents, we're doing this as advocates, and we wish you the best.